Hey guys, Tyler Erzberger here with ESPN Esports. I'm at the LCS Arena and I am joined by the victorious Australian himself, Ryoma. First game in NA, first win in NA. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good, even though the game was a bit rough, but we got the win, so it feels good, I guess, yeah.
Just walk us through that Elder Drake fight. Meteos gets chunked down by Golden Glue on LeBlanc. He goes around Krugs, goes through Red Buff. Because it's infernal, the map changes, so he walks through that, gets into the pit somehow, steals it, and kind of just walk us through. Like, when was it like, this is it, the game's over after this?
Yeah, so pretty much we knew whoever was going to get Elder was going to win that game. Obviously, they had an advantage already. They had the soul, so it was pretty hard to contest it. But I think Will was just making LeBlanc wasted a lot of time on her as Meteos. And then we were just like, we can fight this. Like, it's pretty much 4v4 since LeBlanc was just chasing the Gragas around. And like, she was probably like their strongest member, so they needed her to do damage. And then yeah, we were winning like the other side, even though Meteos was getting chased, and then somehow he managed to get in the pit. But yeah, I don't know. It was just really a chaotic fight, but we pulled it off.
This was one of the first times where I've seen like the map change actually be a deciding factor into the victory, right? Because of the infernal map, it makes the fighting. You get to walk through the red pit instead of actually jumping over it or using his E. Just how is the changes to the map? Have you obviously after the second Drake, it goes to wind, fire, earth. Has it been a big difference? Do you really feel the differences, or does it feel mostly like the same game?
It feels mostly like the same game, to be honest, but obviously there's some aspects that change. My personal favorite, probably like Ocean Dragon, because there's like just random honey fruit on the floor. You can just pick them up whenever you want, and then there's bushes that you can play with, especially like if you're an assassin, like they help you so much. Just doing a lot of cheesy stuff with all the new bushes, but yeah. It's pretty much the same game.
What about the alcoves? I mean, the alcoves. Those are a big change. Those are so huge.
I don't know if the alcove changed anything in that series. I mean, in that game, sorry.
What about do they matter at all?
I don't know. I don't play that side, so I wouldn't know. But I just play mid lane, so there's no alcoves there. But no, I think it changes. It definitely changes, like just ganks and stuff. Like just counter ganks, and just using the fog of war to your advantage.
So obviously coming back, you guys were in Copenhagen, I believe, scrimming with Origin, and obviously Origin has their own, Oceania member in Destiny. How was it, playing against the guys? Those guys are now 2-0 in LEC, kind of destroying the competition over there. So how was it playing with Origin and just the EU teams in general?
We scrimmed against a lot of the EU teams. We were scrimming against Origin because like we were in their facility. And they were really good when we streamed them. Like they just looked like they had a lot of fundamentals just locked already. And then now they look even better on stage. It feels funny to verse Destiny because I versed him last year, but I played on a team with him before that, and he's improving a lot from what I can see already. And yeah, good luck to them. They're doing really well already.
Outside of Origin, which European teams were the strongest that you scrimmed?
Outside of Origin, I think Rogue was really good. I thought Larson was a very good mid laner when I scrimmed him. Just looked like he had a lot of laning habits that were a lot better than other people.
And obviously G2 was not scrimming at the time, right?
G2 wasn't scrimming. We didn't scrim G2 and Fnatic.
So Rogue though, out of the other teams, they were the strongest.
Yep.
What did you learn during the boot camp in Copenhagen? Did you feel like you've grown as a player at all? Have you obviously being in Oceania, it's the smallest region. This was your first time really, in the big leagues, so to speak. How was it, practicing with those players? Did you change it all as a player? Do you feel like you've grown?
Yeah, definitely changed a lot as a player. Like when I got back to OS, it just felt like easy mode because I came back from Europe, and that was like the first time ever that I could take so much away in such a small amount of time, like a month roughly or 3 weeks, and that's like the most I've ever improved in my career. And even now, just scrimming in NA, I feel like every day I'm just improving more and more. And I have a really good team to back me up, and they just all teach me a lot of things.
Obviously, Oceania, we see so many so many Oceania players coming to NA. King, yourself, Destiny going to Europe, Triple. It seems like anyone who shows a potential to be a world-class player is now coming over to NA or EU because of there's no language barrier. Is there any way to fix Oceania, the OPL, to make it a stronger league where players aren't going to leave, or do you feel like it's an okay thing? Is it a positive where OPL players can now you try in OPL to get scouted by a bigger team in a bigger region.
Yeah, I'll touch on that second point more. Just like when FBI got picked up, I was just like he left our team, so obviously that was a big hit to us. And that didn't help placing like the next split. But just like pretty much, for my advice for other OPL players who do want to become better, it's just all about trying your hardest. I think Fantix was the person who like really helped everyone. He coached pretty much everyone who like has got imported except FBI, and I think like he just made us work hard for it. Like he knew, like we all wanted the same thing. We all just wanted to play in a major region, just do our best, see how we do, and just work our hardest. Like I would just say just working hard. I feel like all the players who got imported worked very hard, and like that's why they got scouted.
Did it feel a little bit good just to beat him today? Like, did it feel like a little bit of a comeback? It's like, this is for like leaving us back in.
I think
I've come back to get my revenge on you.
I think my track record against FBL, I don't think I've beat him too much since we played on a team like 2 years. So we played professionally for 3 years because I played pro when he started as well. So we never got to verse each other other than that 1 year gap, and I don't think I beat him that much that year. So it does feel like he's my good friend. I love versing him, but yeah, it does feel good. Yeah.
How is it? Obviously all the teams live in LA. You play in LA, especially with the academy teams as well. Have the Oceania gang kind of like banded together? Have you guys we're gonna have like have you guys been in group chats together? Like, how is it having like 6 or 7 other Oceania players in the same region? Like, are you hanging out?
Most of us were already friends. Just probably just a couple that weren't. But most of us were already friends, and we were all in like a Discord talking and stuff, just talking about like what we had for us, what opportunities. Like, I remember when I got picked up by 100T's, I said, you guys should like just try to branch out a bit, especially with that new ruling for academy where it doesn't count as an import slot. I talked to them. I'm just saying like, you guys are all good enough players to like make it out. We all tried our hardest like the last couple of years. Like, this is probably our moment, if anything. And they all reached out for 2 teams, and now they're playing in academy.
How's it having Papa Smithy as your general manager? Obviously, Oceania ties. He's an international person. In Korea forever. Now coming over to NA. How has he helped you kind of acclimate to this like new league and this new home? Really.
Honestly, Chris has been such a good person for me. Yeah, like when I first got messaged by him, I was like, oh my god, like he's just messaging me randomly on Twitter. I was like, well, that's so cool. And then I found out it was a trial and all that, and then blah blah blah. But like since then, he has taken a lot of care of me, like pretty much since day one. And yeah, he's just like even in game day, he's always making sure I'm okay, just everything, and ask me every week just how I'm going. Just he's always like, he's a good GM from what it seems like. He always makes sure I'm in a good state, pretty much, and I like that a lot. Like, it makes me feel very comfortable just being here, since it's like, yeah. I remember when when I got to LA the second time around, I lost my luggage. Like, my luggage didn't arrive for like a couple of days, and he was just making sure that like I was okay. If I needed anything, just tell him, and he'll do everything. And just he's been doing everything, pretty much everything for me.
So you guys just got a new compound. It just opened up a few days ago. How is it? I mean, it looks like a fortress, like a like a 2,800 like Black Mirror type of like technological fortress. How is it? Practicing in there, being around all the content creators. Like, how is it? Working in that kind of space.
It's actually like mind blowing. Obviously I'm from Australia. We didn't like have the best like investments for esports, but like, even just looking at other like teams' facilities, just our compound is just nuts. The Cash App compound is actually just nuts. It's actually so nice. Like, when you walk around, you just feel good. Everyone's like super nice. Like, there's so much like players around, and just like it feels like a family, pretty much.
Final question: look into this camera, to the 100Th's and LCS fans. Can you make us one guarantee for the 2020 season? What can you promise the fans?
My promise to the fans are probably we'll do a lot of exciting. I think we'll do some big things here, like in this season. I think we're all very good players, and honestly, like, we work our butts off and make sure like we're on top of our game every time. So expect us to do big things, pretty much.
Thank you, Ryoma. And if you want more news and highlights, catch us right here at ESPN Esports.